Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Miss Wakesho here, and today is a deco segment. Yep, this is a suggested video. I had put up a vlog, life after marriage, and I was basically talking about what I want to do, my plans for this channel, and someone asked me about like styling small spaces. So I said, you know what, let me do a video for you guys. So this video is how to style small spaces on a budget. Yes girl, I got you. Anyway, so yeah, let's get into this video. Wait, if you're new here, welcome, and please subscribe to my channel. Yeah, and then we can continue. We're just waiting for you to subscribe. Thank you. Okay, let's get into this video. The first thing, guys, number one, DIY is your best friend, especially if you want to do anything on a budget. DIY is your best friend. Half the pieces in my space right now where I'm sitting, it's DIY, guys. It's not a joke, it is DIY. From the flowers, I think if you follow me on Instagram, you'll see my wedding flowers. I'm still using them till now. I'm still using my wedding flowers till now. They're here, beautiful, put it together in a look, and it really looks nice. I've also used, I do my own DIY, so I go buy some things, paint them, stick them together. I also did a little box for our wedding that I'm using now in the space, and it just sort of brings everything together. Try as much as you can to do DIY, guys. Even like the chest that I bought, I initially bought it and I thought it was a fail because I thought it was oil paint, but it was actually watercolor painted on top of the chest. So what happened was, when you put a mark down, it makes marks, you know, under the thing. And for the longest time I used to get so irritated and wanting to cover it. Then one of my friends, hey Sally, told me that, wow, this is actually really beautiful. And I was, you know what, I looked at it and I'm like, yes, it really is, because everybody who comes, it may be a glass of wine, my green tea, it just keeps making marks in this thing, and it creates a sort of texture that really works with my space. So DIY is your best friend. Go do it, girl. Anything that you know you can do by yourself, rather do it and then spend money on the important stuff. Number two, dress your walls, guys. This is very important because you don't want also the space to look too empty, but at the same time don't overdo it that the space ends up looking very small. The reason why I only have one paint at the back here, I don't know if you can see, but this wall is actually textured, so I can't do too many things on the textured wall because the textured wall in itself is a feature. So I just decided, you know what, I'm gonna put one painting in the middle, and it seems to be working with my space. And yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Try as much as you can to dress your walls as much as you can. It really brings a very beautiful effect. You can either do, if you want to do one painting, or you can do two paintings. Do it in a funky and fun way, but for me, I like less is more for me. So this is what works with my style, so I put one beautiful painting back here and it's working for me. Number three, just pick a theme and go with it. My style is more rustic, as you guys, if you guys have been on my channel, you know, even on my wedding, when I saw that venue, I just fell in love because of the rustic theme. So my overall theme is usually contemporary because I like mixing and matching things. I don't like things to be so I prefer clean and less bulky spaces, but I don't want things to be too cluttered and too all over the place, because you don't want to take a theme and then just go to town with it. Mixing and matching themes also is not a bad thing, but you need to know the limitations and you need to know what will work with this. Will this work with this? But just make sure you don't overdo it. If you're a more simple person and you like straight lines, clean lines, it's okay, stick to what you know. But if you want to experiment like me, I like the more modern and clean style, but I also like the rustic style. So I try my best to incorporate both worlds in such a way that it can create a balance. Not too much of this, not too much of that. So that's my personal style. So find something that find a style that you like. Do you like, if it's just rustic, there are people who entirely their thing, they just love rustic themes, and just go with it. Just go with it. Go on Pinterest, have fun with it, because remember, decorating your space needs to be fun. You need to be having a ball, you know. Don't make it it shouldn't be something that should stress you out like that. Color, number 4. Color is very important when you're styling a small space, because remember, small spaces, the more dark things you put in the small spaces, the smaller it'll look. So you have to find a way. Like for me, we bought this unit, the TV unit, which is black, and my table, which is black, and I needed to figure out how I'm going to balance it, because this black is more or less a very heavy color. So I decided, okay, everything else should be light. Everything that I can control should be light and breezy and free flowing in my space. What I advise is just pick an accent color. Pick one accent color and just go with it. Like for me, my accent color in this room is red. But you know, red can also evoke certain emotions, so I've played with the shades of red as well, so that it's not really like red everywhere. And when I mean accents, it's like literally just touches. The scatter cushions, the painting has a lighthouse and it's red, you know, things like that, like popping here and there, but the space as a whole is more neutral and light colors, because the lighter the room is, the bigger it feels. But the smaller, the darker the room is, the smaller it feels. Your accent color can be anything. You can be yellow, it can be pink. So long as you know how to play with these colors properly, you'll do the things, and it'll come out really nice. Color is very important, and it's a very wide spectrum. So if you want me to talk more about color, breaking down colors and how to mix and match and put things together, you can also just give this video a thumbs up or comment down below. Number 5, use what you already have, guys. Again, I'm gonna pick an example. My mom got, you know, one of these gifts. Yeah, my mom got a gift from her old workplace for Christmas, and it's a watch that it's made of metal. It's sort of like a juakali. It's made of metal, and it's like a man playing a trumpet. Very beautiful piece. I saw it, and she didn't know what to do with it, and I asked her, can I take it? She's like, yeah, sure, take it. And now I use it in my space, and it looks really nice, and every time I look at it, I remember her, and I remember home. Look for what you have. Look for what you have already. I'm sure. Go to your closet. There's so many people. Go to your I'm not saying you must raid people's closets, but look at what you already have, and see how you can turn around and use it to your space. But if you can raid people's closets and get something, go for it. Just saying. The size of furniture, guys, that will make or break your space. If you have a smaller space, you can't, for example, getting an L couch already will make your place look so bulky. What you can do is maybe get a 3-seater and then get 2 occasional chairs to pair or to go with your seating. That way already you've made the space more free-flowing, because something like an L couch is so bulky already. Like when you have it, like it's taken, like, especially I have a small space. This is a really small space. If I put an L couch here, it'll take like almost a quarter of the room, and that in itself, it will make the room look smaller. So when you go and buy spaces, furniture for small spaces, pick things that are funky and fresh and will also give you, like, make your space look airy. Maybe a 2-seater and then a 2-seater, then 2 occasional chairs, you know. do it in such a way that you can spice up your space. Yes, you see, I got you. Number 7, I am a huge fan of grouping things together because I know it actually turns out very beautifully. So as I talk, where I placed that watch I was talking about earlier, I've put some of my wedding stuff there. I've put like this Mr. and Mrs. sign with like the wedding flowers. I'm mad about grouping things. I got this, and I've got this beautiful chondo that was made by my grandmother, Grandma Phoebe. She actually etched her name on the present so that no one can claim it. It's so sweet, guys. But I've used it in my space, and I've put pine cones on it to just sort of create textures and create an effect and group it. So I grouped the basket with the pine cones next to my side table, so it already looks like it's a whole focal point on its own. So creating minimal focal points in the space also brings up the interests in your space. Yes, you do have a small space, but that doesn't mean that because you have a small space it needs to be dull and uninteresting. No, you can always do all these funky things together and create a beautiful space. Number 8, if you can, for a small space, add a mirror. A mirror always creates an illusion of space. If you put a mirror in any small space, it automatically looks bigger. So if you have a small space, try as much as you can to buy a mirror, whichever style that you think will suit your space. You can choose whichever color, mix and match, but I know a mirror will immediately make the space look bigger. And you're more than willing to experiment with textures, because you know color has to be very limited. Keep it as simple as possible when it comes to color, but textures you can go ham. I mean, make it look more funky, more interesting, but don't overdo the textures. Don't overdo it. You can throw in a rug. You can obviously put in a carpet, carpet size also according to your space. Put in a carpet, throw one of those rugs on. Even where I have my vase, I have this very interesting like sort of mat. It's not just a normal mat. It sort of looks like it's been like weaved in together, you know, things like that. It doesn't have to be a big textured thing, just little pieces here and there to bring in some sort of texture, and it also creates interest and focus in your space. Although it's small, you can always make the space work. Anyway, that's it from me, guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please do give it a thumbs up, and check out my other previous videos, deco segment videos, if you're interested. And if you reached here and if you haven't subscribed, guys, don't forget to subscribe.